Your health and wellness are important to us and your employer. CHC Wellness, redefining health.
Have you ever wanted to start an exercise program? Or worse yet, you did start an exercise program and you were sore for the next 3 days. In fact, standing up and sitting down wasn't really something you looked forward to, and you felt like Frankenstein walking down the street. Well, no worries. I'm going to help you get started on an exercise program that will not only give you results that you'll feel in as little as 2 weeks, but you'll see them on your waistline in as little as 6 weeks. Now, there's 3 parts to every training program, because really it's about your heart, it's about your muscles, and of course your joints. That translates into a cardiovascular program, a strength training program, and a flexibility program. So let's give you some tips for each of these. First of all, the cardiovascular program. This is the type of program that helps exercise that heart muscle. You know, the one that pushes the blood throughout the body. Now, you can exercise vigorously for as little as 10 minutes to see a cardiovascular and diabetes decrease in risk, or you can go up to 30 minutes. So I'm going to give you the 10-minute version. The reason 10 minutes works is it's kind of like cleaning out the gutters on your house. You can either put that hose on full power for 10 minutes and blast out the leaves, or you can put it on just a little drizzle and gently brush away those leaves. Cardiovascular training is important to monitor. You'll need either a heart rate monitor, a watch to take your own pulse and heart rate, or even some type of sensor, which most machines in cardiovascular have right on them. Let's talk about that formula. The Carbonian formula is 220 minus your age times 60 to 85%. Start at the low end if you're a beginner, and at the higher end if you've had a lot of experience. You need to remember that cardiovascular training has to be continuous and use big muscles. So walking qualifies just like running. And the intensity does matter. You'll want to start off where you can still breathe, and again, check that heart rate for intensity as well. Now let's move on to strength training. Strength training is so important because your muscles are metabolic tissues, which means they help you burn calories while you're sleeping. In fact, they say a pound of muscle can burn anywhere between 100 and 150 calories at night while you're sleeping. So for every pound of muscle you build, you'll be burning that many more calories every day and helping you to get healthier and lose weight. Now, strength training needs proper form and alignment. So I really suggest you work with a personal trainer at least one time. If you can't work with a personal trainer, use the mirror. You're your own best guide. I highly recommend that you use a personal trainer for your first session of exercise. Whether it's cardio or strength training, proper alignment is key to keeping safe and getting more out of each workout. Let's go over some basic strength moves. First move is going to be a squat. Squats are a basic lower body move to tone your glutes and quads, but let's show you a few different ways to make them a little more challenging. First off, feet are a little wider than shoulders. You're going to sit back into the squat, try and keep your knees behind your toes, and then press up. You can always add weight to increase the resistance. Now try bringing the arms up. And to make it more challenging, bring the arms up overhead as you sit down. Let's go for 20. 5 more. Great job. Next move are side lunges. They're a variation of front lunges, but they end up using the outside hips and inner thighs, which I know you don't walk sideways, so we're going to use those muscles in that strength move. Side lunges are a great way to tone the outer and inner thigh and really focus on the glutes. Step out to the side, make sure your toes point forward, reach down with your opposite hand, and push back in. Let's try a set of 15. That's 5. 10 left. And our last 5 together. Push back in. All right, let's try the other side now. Reach out to the side. Make sure the toes are pointing forward on this movement. Keep going. Halfway there. Last 5. And that's it. Great job on your side lunges. The next key muscle group is your glutes and hamstrings, so we're going to do some bridging. This is really important to strengthen the backside because it helps take off the stress on the lower back and spine. A great way to tone the backside is with a lower body bridge. Roll down, feet shoulder width apart. Think wide across the chest. Tilt the pelvic as you roll up and lower. Really work on keeping those abs tight and your hips scooped under. Now, to really challenge, you can bring your feet up onto a step or balance them on a ball. Think about sets of 15 to 20 when we deal with the lower body. And let's try 5 more together. Last 2. And 1. Bring those knees in, rock and roll it up. What a great way to build a better backside. I know everyone wants a sleek waistline, so we're going to do bicycle abs, rotating from side to side to whittle down that waist and really tone the core. Again, this helps decrease pressure on the spine and support the abs. One of the best ab exercises on the ground is called the bicycle. Roll down, bring your feet up into tabletop. Hands behind your head with your shoulders slightly lifted. Extend and rotate and switch sides. The most common error on this exercise is letting the legs go too low. So keep them up on an angle. Let's try a set of 10. Great job. When you're working on abs, remember endurance is the key. So try doing them for about a minute straight or sets of 20 or 30. The first exercise is a hip flexor stretch. If you do a lot of running, walking, or sitting, this is a great stretch for the lower back. Place your foot up on a block or a table or chair and squeeze your glutes as you press the hips forward. The next stretch is also for the hip flexors. Start in a split stance with your front knee bent. The back toe should be turned in and the heel pressed to the ground. Go ahead and press the hips forward as in the previous stretch. Remember, you want to do this on both sides of the body and bring the heel up to the glute to stretch the front of the thighs. Try and balance and reach your hand behind to the opposite shoulder to stretch the tricep as well. This is a great balance exercise and an incredible stretch for the total body. The next stretch, you're going to get down on the ground. Now you can place your hands up on a table or on a block and you're just round and stretch down into your thighs. You can take your knees open, but you want to really cobra and open up the shoulder blades from the body. And our final stretch is going to be on all 4 hands and knees. It's a cat and cow stretch. Again, opening up that thoracic spine or the place between your shoulder blades. Let the hips tilt into the thighs and then round the chin into the chest. You want to do 8 to 10 of these movements slowly and with nice deep fluid breaths. This is going to open up your body and make you feel great. Remember, exercise comes down to 3 parts. Cardiovascular training, strength training, and flexibility training for your heart, your muscles, and your joints. Devote 10 minutes to each of these categories for a balanced program that'll prevent injury, keep you healthy, and may even whittle down that waistline.